What's up, everybody? Nicole Moss here from We Need to Talk Now, presented by AT&T, and we have a very special interview for you. I think you're going to enjoy this one so much. It's none other than Dallas Wings guard Arike Ogunbowale. Now, as we know, there has been a lot that transpired in the WNBA over the past week. Besides naming a new champion, shout out to my New York Liberty, the Dallas Wings announced on Friday that they were going to be parting ways with their head coach, Latricia Trammell. Now, the team will begin its search for a new head coach, which will make it their fourth head coach in their last 6 years. And then on Monday, in news that we were all kind of expecting, given the strides the WNBA has made, specifically this past season, the WNBA Players Association announced it would be opting out of their current CBA. The players and the league now have a year to go ahead and begin negotiations and reach a new CBA agreement. We just want to go ahead in full transparency, let you know that this interview was recorded prior to all of those changes happening. So we were unable to speak with Arike about all of those things. Still, this is an absolutely phenomenal interview, and it's a great way to cap off an absolutely outstanding, record-breaking, and just monumental WNBA season. So we hope you enjoy.
Welcome to We Need to Talk Now, presented by AT&T. I'm Alicia J, and as always, I'm here with Nicole Moss.
Hello, everyone.
And today we have an amazing guest. I'm so pumped for this one. I've been talking about it.
You have.
She is here. Dallas Wings guard Arike Ogunbowale joins us. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Man, so many questions to ask you. I was trying to think of what the first one should be. But listen, this year you were the franchise leading scorer and you were the fastest player in WNBA history to have 4,000 points, which is crazy. So obviously you had a lot of preparation, a lot of off-season work that goes into that. Can you give us a little kind of behind the scenes of what it's like for you in the off season so that you prepare for all this history and breaking all these records?
A lot of working out, honestly. It's a lot, but I enjoy it. Like, I love off season because I kind of like that, hard grind, and just obviously you have a goal, what you want to do for the next WNBA season, and you have what you did in the last WNBA season. So I have stuff that I want to work on. I'm locked in, different months. I work on different things, but it's a lot of working out for sure.
And
go ahead, Alicia. No, go ahead.
Well, and I was just going to say, as a follow-up to that, I know you've obviously played overseas in the off season before, and then now you'll be doing some things with Unrivaled. Well, you'll be playing in Unrivaled, and there's been other things that you've done to change that up. What's the difference between you playing overseas in the off season versus what you're going to be doing and the things that you've done differently? What's the difference in the preparation for that?
Yeah, well, my first 3 years I played overseas, and I think that was great. I mean, especially coming into the league, like you get to play and then you get to make more money overseas and stuff like that. But I think as the money started getting better in the States, I wanted to stay, but body wise, I think that was the best decision I've made because, we play year round. Like, you play May till October, and then before, in my early years, I was going overseas after like a week and a half or 2 weeks. So you hop right into another season, and they gonna use you as an American. You play 40 minutes, and I already played 40 minutes in WNBA, so I'm playing basically 40 minutes year round, and that can take a toll on your body. So my first year when I decided not to go overseas, I got to rest for like a month, straight, no basketball, which that was my first time doing that probably since I started playing basketball, taking that long off, which was weird at first, but it was great in the long run. And then I was just able to actually sit and, work on the things that overseas, you play all the time. So you don't really have time to get in the gym and do extra shots or, work on this and work on that. So I actually got time to work on my body, get stronger, work on things that I wanted to get better at, and just kind of have a schedule more so than just playing year round and pounding my body.
I mean, speaking of things you want to get better at, when you look at, your season to season, and every season it gets more competitive, a new draft class comes in, there's new faces, and that just heightens the level of competition. This year, I feel like, was the most competitive we've seen the W in a very long time. How do you really pinpoint the things that you want to work on, and what were some of those things going into this particular season?
Yeah, I mean, there are, a lot of changes with players and competitiveness, but me being me, I always think I'm the best at everything, so I'm not really worried about anybody else. Like,
No,
for
that's
me, a
right.
successful year would be being better than I was the year before, and I've been doing that each year, so that's always my goal. But I think coming off last year, my biggest thing was my passing. Before the season I had this year, my biggest thing was working on my passing, my shooting, just my timing, better decisions in the game. Stuff like that, being in shape, being conditioned. And I think I, did a lot of those things. Obviously, the season didn't go how I really wanted it to. We had a lot of injuries, we had a lot of losses, but individually, if we're just talking individually, I think I did really well, and I definitely took a step, which I'm happy about.
And you definitely took a step at the WNBA All-Star game this year.
I know that's right.
Listen, I was in the house and I was just in awe. It was amazing to watch. I mean, obviously it was amazing to watch both teams, no doubt, but it was amazing to watch you out there. You set a scoring record, got MVP. When you look at that and just your whole entire career, would you say that's one of your favorites to date, and why?
I mean, it's definitely a top 10. I wouldn't say it's my favorite because I didn't get like a championship out of it or something. So it's definitely not my favorite, but it was definitely a great time. It was my fourth All-Star, so I really didn't have any expectations. Like, I'm always just grateful to be there every year. Just be chosen. I was chosen as a starter that year too. So, it's good to get, acknowledged for those accomplishments. But, just actually going out there and, doing what I did and just having a great time and obviously having a great game, that's definitely, a special moment for sure.
Did you go out there with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder because of, all of the Olympic conversations and everything that was kind of happening on there? Did you go out there to prove a point with a little bit of extra
Yeah,
oomph
I knew you were
behind
gonna
it?
ask that, but well, a lot of people ask that, but honestly, no, because and I've been saying like I didn't score any points in the first half, so if I was really trying to go out and go crazy, like I would have made sure I scored at least one bucket in those 20 minutes. So I was just like going with the flow up until like I said before, like my coach challenged me, need a little bit more, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give you a little bit more. So that wasn't really the goal. Like my goal was just to go. I was honestly tired. I had an injury actually, like I had to get like a shot like 3 days after All-Star. So I was
Oh,
just
wow.
ready. You're thankful to be there, but I was ready to sit down, to be honest. Like I was ready to sit down. So that what happened wasn't the plan, but I'm happy it did happen.
Well, I know we were all happy to see that. We were in that arena going crazy. And you definitely were a trailblazer during that game and at many points and times in your career. Is there a person in your life that you would consider a trailblazer for you that has propelled you to do the things that you do in the WNBA and beyond?
Oh, that's a tough question. I would say a trailblazer, but I would say like my motivation would be my family and like the people who, keep me going and keep me wanting to reach new heights would just be knowing that, they have so much confidence in me. They've been around since I was younger. The amount of money my parents put in to, seeing me be great. All the conversations my brother have with me, like through good and bad. I just always want to do well for them, for God, myself, my family. That's really, all the type of motivation I need.
Motivation indeed. And you mentioned family. Your brother, Dare, is on the Houston Texans. Like, it's so crazy to me that both of you are on Texas teams. What is
I
that
know, it's
like?
crazy. It's amazing. I mean, he's in Houston right now, but in the off season, he lives in Dallas. So it lives like 15 minutes from me. So I get to work out with him, see him all the time. And even in my off season, I'm able to just drive up to Houston and go to his games. And in his off season, he has season courtside tickets to my games. So it's just like we're all in the same area. And I think, well, I know even if he was in another state, like he would have been there, for me. But it's just a lot easier that we're in the same state. So it's definitely a blessing for sure. And my parents, they just can come here, drive there, drive there. So I know they love it.
And listen, as a Cowboys fan, they're the better Texan
Yeah,
team
they
right
definitely
now.
are. They definitely
We're
are.
having a very, very, very tough time.
There are some players that will be coming to the W. What college players are you really excited about that are on, that list?
Everybody from Notre Dame for sure.
Oh, that's
Irish always, but I love watching South Carolina. I love Dawn. There's great players there. I love Malaysia. Just her game. It kind of reminds me of myself. She has that kind of street ball handles and all that stuff. So I love watching her. Love Juju. Love Paige. The ones everybody loves. I love Kiki Rice. I'm excited to see her play this year. I love Flage. There's a lot of players like. I think these past couple of years, I haven't, been that excited about college basketball as I have these past couple of years, because players are just getting really great. Like, it's actually really fun to watch. Like, for me, I only really kind of watch pros, because college, even though obviously I was a college player, is just not that good. From what I like to watch basketball to learn. Like, I don't really watch to just be a fan. Like, I want to take some moves from them or take some moves from them. But it's some stuff that these college players are doing. I'm like, all right, this is entertaining. Like, I can really watch this like while I'm chilling and rubbing my feet together at home. And I can't say that I could say that about 4 years ago. So I'm excited to see where the game goes, and I'm excited about this year. And college basketball, women's college basketball is huge right now, and it's going to continue to be huge. But I'm just super excited for that. Like, South Carolina's coming here to play TCU. I'll definitely go to that game. So it's going to be a good year for women's basketball for sure.
No, I mean, absolutely. And I think even last year's tournament, more eyes were on women's college basketball than it was the men's.
I can't even tell you who was in the men's tournament.
And a lot of people outside of this particular year with Cooper Flag, it's going to be the same conversation, I feel like. And when I was at Big Ten Media Day, I actually spoke to Juju, I spoke to Kiki. And one thing that really stood out to me was Juju talked about how DeMar DeRozan kind of took her under his wing in the offseason. Kiki talks about Russell Westbrook and his wife, Nina, just constantly being on the UCLA campus and just being accessible to her and the other players when it comes to questions and how to navigate the media. And I mean, the list goes on and on. How cool is it to see that the generation of both women and men in the professional league are kind of reaching back to these college players and getting them ready? I feel like a lot earlier than they would have been if they did not have that access, because I feel like 10, 15 years ago, that was not the case.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it was like, the pros and college and high school, and it was all separate. Now it's like you see a random high schooler working out with Kevin Durant, like on a regular random Tuesday. Like, that stuff wasn't happening. So I just love, I think that, my generation a little bit above me and stuff, like, we see how much it means to pour, like, for somebody that you look up to pour into you. So I think we're kind of returning the favor and, just having open arms, open ears for whoever wants to talk. Like, obviously you can't talk to every player, but if a player's a fan of you and they hit you up, like, message them back or say, if you ever want to talk, if you ever want to work out, like, I'll be here off season type thing. So, I love that. I talk to some college players too, follow them on Instagram, like, talk to them after a game maybe, or they hit me. Like, you just kind of have to have that relationship, because you need people to pour into you. And, when they get our age and older, they're going to do that to the next generation. It's just all about building the youth.
Do you find that the questions that you get often from younger players, whether in high school or college, is more about the logistics of the game and working on something particular when it comes to their game? Or is it more about kind of just navigating social media, navigating the media, how to like block out the noise and haters and negative comments and things like that? Because I feel like, once again, going back 10, 15 years ago, even 5 years ago, social media was not nearly what it is now. And I feel like every generation has it just a little bit harder because of how much social media continues to grow.
Yeah. For me, I feel like they're getting it better just because they like been having iPads since like 1 year old. So they know exactly what social media is bringing. And I mean, it definitely is harder because like just the amount of stuff that's going on and just like how grown kids are getting sooner because of the access that they have to social media. But most of the questions I talk to college kids is about like actual basketball stuff or just like workouts and what you do and type things. I haven't really had any social media questions, which is good. That means people are, and I feel like a lot of conversations are being happening around it because they know about mental health and the social media. So I feel like, the adults and the organizations and the teams and coaches are doing really well of like informing and helping, and having outlets for kids, because it definitely is a thing. But I think they're, trying to stay on top of it for sure.
Well, with social media, one of the plus sides to it is the whole NIL conversation and how people use it. How would you have used it? Because I know for me,
I hate talking about it because it hurts me. Because I just really wish I would have had that. But who knows how I would use it, to be honest. Hopefully these people have financial advisors, because I wasn't thinking nothing about no financial advisor at that age, but I'm sure they are. But it's a blessing. I mean, especially not everybody can go to the league. I mean, speaking of WNBA, like it's only 144 spots. So it's like, if you can make some money in college, 4 years, help yourself, help your family, and then you might have to get another job after that, but at least you have a, starting point and you have some money that you can save up. Like, that's amazing. So I think it's more amazing, obviously, to get, to get stuff and you're a great athlete and you're going to the next level, that's also amazing because the school is using your, talents just as much as you need them type thing. But for players who aren't going to be making it pro after that, the fact that they can get some money while they're playing in their 4 years is great too.
I mean, when we talk about pros and we talk about rookies and, the revolving door of the rookie class, we also see a lot of WNBA legends and the changing of the guard, if you will. Candace Parker obviously announced her retirement early early part of this season. And then DT, we have no idea what she's going to do. She's keeping us on our toes. But seeing the changing of the guard, I mean, what has that been like? You've seen so many ups and downs in this league and familiar faces kind of come and go. Is it, exciting? Is it nerve-wracking? Do you have any sentimental feelings about it?
I think it's for like the position I'm in. I'm going into year 7. I just love how I was able to see some great players, play against some great players like Sylvia Fowles. I was able to play against Sue Bird. Like I missed Maya about 1 year. I'm sick about that, but just be able to play against those players, Simone, and then kind of see them go and then see like the new players coming. So I'm kind of in the middle of that. And I just love that. Like, you respect everybody above you. You respect the young players because they're great too. And you respect the people our age because it's like, all right, we're here. We've been here. We're not, older, but we're not new. So it's like, how do you keep getting better every year? So I love it as a challenge to, myself. It's just, I'm going to continue to be, get better. And, no matter who comes in the league, I'm going to, try to still stay at that elite level, top 15, top 10 player in the league every year. And I think that's always my goal. And, my goal going into every year. So I love it. I love the challenge. I love new great players and make it exciting. Like players like Caitlin, I love playing against her. She brings fans. She's a great player. I love playing against her and just other players like that. I love the players from LA. So it's just like, it's fun to play against great players because they bring good crowds and, I'm going to perform regardless. So it doesn't really affect me in any negative way. I just love, what they're bringing to the game. It's always fun, to play against them because the crowd's always hype. You play well. So it's pretty good.
Well, this summer you are going to be playing with some phenomenal players in the Unrivaled League, which is the league that was started by Nafisa Collier and then also Brianna Stewart. They spearheaded it, but I know there's a lot of people who are investing in it, and it's really exciting. What made you want to play for the league? And if you could tell us a little bit about it, that'd be great too, because the more we know about it, the more excited I get about it. I'm definitely going to come out and watch it. I want to see it live.
I'm already in Miami, so
yeah, she's in Miami. So, why did you choose to play for Unrivaled? Really curious.
Yeah, well, I haven't been overseas in 2 years, so like I've just been working out throughout the season. But a chance to play for a couple months with the players that you're about to be playing against, in 2-3 months after that, and just play 3-on-3. I love 3-on-3. I think that's kind of like that type of style of basketball, like more 1-on-1, 3-on-3, like I can thrive there. So basketball wise, I think, it'd be good for me, but it's just, you're in Miami, like they putting you up in Miami, you're getting a good check, you're playing basketball.
Worst
like,
places to be, right?
Yeah, right. So it's like, it's a no brainer. I think it's dope that it's all WNBA players, everybody that you're about to be playing against in the summer, you're able to play against players that you might not ever play with, that's usually your competition every summer. So I think it'll be a cool vibe. You can, learn from other players, work out with other players. I think it'll just be great. So I'm excited about it. I'm still learning as much as you guys, but I know it's 3-on-3 and 1-on-1 and teams of 5. So you have 2 subs and it's going to be 4 quarters. It's not a full court, but it's not a half court. So I don't know. It's going to be dope though.
And I think also something that's really dope, obviously, we don't know all the details, but there is ownership, equity in that when it comes to the league as a whole, which is very beneficial. Obviously, we don't have to get into the percentage and all of that. But I mean, when we talk about just expanding women's sports and investing in women's sports, specifically when we talk about women's basketball, that's a big thing. And that's something that's worth celebrating, especially when we talk about not having to send players or to have players going overseas. They can go ahead and work on their game, but also have ownership while they're doing that. How important or how much of a factor was that for you when deciding to play in this league?
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, you can go overseas, make money, make probably around the same amount of money or even more, but still like they're not giving you ownership in the league. And, how you perform helps, get more money and more traction to the league. So it's like you're kind of putting your money where your mouth is, your skills, where your money is, and just like you go out there, perform, it's going to grow. And we know that's going to happen because this, 30 of some of the best players, you know, in the world. So it's like, you know, we're going out there performing. We have, you know, equity, and, you know, we want it to keep growing. We want to perform because at the end of the day, we're going to get money, but also the game's going to grow and more good things are going to come from it. So it's a dope idea. It's going to be a dope experience. I'm excited about it.
One thing I know you guys are going to do with Unrivaled, because they're really pushing the social media of it all too, is the fashion is about to be fashioning. Okay. I cannot wait to see the style. You know, I always love this WNBA style and how it's just blown up over the years. I definitely love that. And you've always been at the forefront of that. Your looks are all, you just get them off every single game. How important is style to you? You know, when it comes to playing basketball, I feel like it's almost part of it now.
It sure is, definitely. Yeah, if I'm not even feeling like I'm looking okay on the court, I'm not gonna play good. I'm just telling you that. That's probably very superficial, but that's just life.
No,
so
didn't Deion Sanders had the saying,
yeah,
you
look good, feel good, play good. And that's
and
actually like, I think science, I feel like science can prove that, because there's times where I felt like my shorts wasn't fitting right and I was just all wrong. So it's just like, you gotta feel good, you gotta look good coming into the game. Like, you got to feel like, you know, you got something on, like you feel comfortable, you're happy, like you got a good fit off, good fit pick off. Now you're trying to play basketball. So I think fashion and basketball definitely goes hand in hand, sports in general.
I mean, how excited are you for this moment of where the league is when it comes to notoriety in terms of what you all are wearing? I mean, I think for a long time, obviously the NBA tunnel looks is something that we've always kind of been following. They do it for the NFL as well. But I think that, you know, the WNBA was a league that a lot of people weren't really associating fashion with. There was no intersection between the two. And in this last particular season, we have seen, you know, Met Gala looks. We have seen league fit looks. We have seen, you know, brand deals with, you know, certain players and fashion houses and things like that. How exciting is that for you as someone who's been doing it for such a long time?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I can remember rookie year, like on a waitress, we were walking in with our uniform on, like not just, you know, sweatpants. Like we walked in with our uniform on and our travel suit, all type of stuff. Like nobody really cared about that. So it's just like, I love how it's switching, and I think you can learn a lot from people. Like there's a lot of people, I know everybody in the league, not personally, but I know their names, but it's like, I don't know how they are as a person, but I think, you know, what you wear, like you can kind of tell their vibe or their personality about their tunnel fits. Like I'll see like a random player from the league, like, oh, like I wouldn't think she would wear that because I just know her in her basketball. So it's like, you have this different type of personality and different type of vibe that nobody really knows about, but you're able to express it, you know, in 10 minutes or 10 seconds walking into the game. Like you can kind of see people's vibes. So I love just being able to kind of learn new things about people just through what they wear and, you know, how they express themselves.
What do you think your style says about you?
I'll say laid back, cool. I like to think I'm pretty cool. So hopefully it gives that vibe.
Well, now I know obviously your brother, we talked about being in the NFL. Is he into the style thing too? What do you want? For sure. Are you guys competitive with that? Trying to see who has like the best outfits, the best looks?
Yeah, we're not competitive about it, but it's like we give each other, you know, props. But I definitely got, you know, my fashion love from him and my mom for sure.
In general, have you guys, I mean, I would just imagine growing up, there had to be competition there. Like,
yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. I would always say I was the best athlete in the family because I was, but it definitely was always competition, even with my mom, because she was a pitcher at DePaul. Like she was really, really good. So she's probably more competitive than all of us, to be honest. But it was definitely always competitive in the house, which I love. Like him and my other big brother, like they pushed me to be who I am. So I definitely, you know, wouldn't be where I am and the type of player and person I am without them.
And I know you were at the game the other day when you got the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
How is it to kind of like give that same energy in return for what he gives you at games? I know you said he had courtside too.
Yeah. Like it's a lot harder in football because like it's a huge stadium. So like the fact that I was able to like after the game call him, he could come and I could like celebrate him, like actually touch him without like going to the back. Obviously, you know, I give him his props after the game, but just be able to him in his uniform, just give him that love and just be at that game where, you know, he was able to get the winning touchdown. Like he's always, you know, whenever he can, courtside at my games, cussing out the refs for me, which I really appreciate because I can't do it. But he's always my number one fan at my game. So just to be able to show that love to him was definitely special.
Is it sometimes still surreal for you that not only are you a professional athlete, but so is your brother? I mean, when we talk about professional athletes and just getting to that level, we're talking about like the 1% of all
Yeah.
athletes, you know, when we talk about little league and going into high school and then collegiate. And in your family, there's not one, but there's two. Do you ever
Right.
take a moment, whether it's after your game or you're at his game, and you're just like, wow, like this is
Yeah.
real. Like this is a thing.
Yeah, no, we do like here and there when we talk, like especially after the last football game, we definitely just talked about that. But just like just how, how favored we are really, like you said, like it's rare to have one professional athlete in your family, let alone two, and let alone be siblings at that, like brother and sister. So it's just super special that we're both here. I know our parents are super proud, but yeah, it's amazing. And for him being my big brother, it's been so easy for me because I just am able to watch what he does and take after, everything that he does. So it's been easy. Like when I got to the league, I was able to take his financial advisor. Like I was able to take everything that he had to do. Like I just signed up for what he had to do because he already did it. So I really didn't need to think. And I know if I ever have any questions, because, not a lot of people can relate to what you do and, how taxing it is to be a professional athlete. Like that's the first person I go to because he knows firsthand, best friend, brother, we share the same blood. So I'm definitely, it's super special having a brother that's, a professional athlete and knows exactly what I go through.
No, that's half the battle, right? It's really hard to know all of those things going into any league. So having all of that is just amazing. That support is amazing. You've talked a lot about, playing, what you do, style, everything, but I kind of want to know, what is your favorite thing to do that's not actually, playing basketball, something that you like to do maybe even in the off season that we wouldn't necessarily know about?
If I'm not working out, I'm honestly at the house.
You inside?
I'm inside, laying down, chilling. Like I've always told myself at every offseason, like I need to get a hobby, but I just haven't found anything that I really want to sit there and take my time out of my day to do other than lay down if I'm not working out. So I'm still working on that part, but yeah.
Well, listen, there's nothing wrong with laying down. Like,
exactly. No,
you definitely earn that rest. You know what I'm saying? Do you watch anything in particular? Is there any kind of thing? Is it like documentaries? Yeah. Are you watching shows? I mean, Love is Blind is huge right now. Are you watching anything like that?
And Love is Blind?
Listen, I'm telling you, there's some stuff going on.
I haven't watched this new season, but I've watched every other season of that. But I'm a big reality show girl.
Oh my gosh.
I like to watch the ghetto stuff. Like I watch Baddies on Zeus. I watch Love is Blind.
We are the same.
Yeah, I watch Love is Blind. I watch Selling Sunset. I watch The Ultimatum. Like anything reality, because I don't have no drama in my life. So I'm like, I like to watch it. I like to see what's going on. And then I watch an episode, get on Twitter, see what they talk about, see if people feel the same way I feel. So I'm a big reality show girl, yeah.
I feel like I'm missing the boat on.
You are.
I don't watch any of these shows, like Love Island. All I don't know what any of this is. Like,
Enrique, thank you.
I love it.
No,
I've been trying to.
My whole Netflix queue is like serial killer documentary.
See, that's too serious for me. Like I don't, because I have nightmares and stuff. I don't got time for it.
No, the scary part is I find it very therapeutic. So that's a different conversation. Are you a traveler? Do you like to? I just got back from Greece. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Do you?
With Lexi, right?
Yes, my girl Lexi.
Yeah.
We went for her early 30th birthday, and Greece was amazing. Are you a traveler? Do you want to start traveling if you're not a traveler?
I travel, but most of the time it's to a beach because I'm ready to relax because I've had a long season or something. So like I played overseas, so I've been to a lot of countries. Like before that with USA Basketball, I've been to a lot of countries. So I'm not really like a big touristy, like I want to see this place, but I like to go to rest. Like I don't need to see any landmarks. I don't need to see any history. I just like to just go and just be away from people and just lay down. Like I said, I like to lay down. If I'm not working out, I like to lay down.
Countries that you have been to from playing overseas? Any place that you would definitely like to go back on a more leisure space? Yeah,
I want to go to Czech again. I want to go to Prague. Ooh. It was very pretty. Yeah, and then like in college, our European tour, we went to Split, Croatia. That was beautiful. So I want to go there on vacation and just like kind of relax. And I want to go back to Tokyo. Like I went USA Basketball, but I was young, so I wasn't really seeing anything. But I want to go out there and shop and like just do all the things. But not, anything too taxing on the body, but I definitely want to go, see different things. So I definitely go there if I have time at some point. But yeah, so I like it for sure. I like it.
Tokyo is definitely on my list. I heard it's sick out there.
Yeah.
What about like a destination wedding, because you are engaged?
Oh,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So any kind of destinations you have picked out, or can you share that?
Don't have one picked out, but it's 100% going to be destination for sure.
It's just you can lay on the beach when it's done. See?
Right, exactly. The honeymoon in right after that, before that, one of the two, but it's definitely gonna be destination.
How did you know that you had found the one? I always ask people that.
We turned it into Love is Blind right
We're
here.
two this is a podcast with two single women, and we have these conversations sometimes. Is it like an instant spark? Some people say it's love at first sight. Some people say I had to grow to like this person. I didn't actually really like him or her when I met them. Like, what was it for you?
Advice.
I don't think it will ever be a situation. I don't believe that somebody's gonna grow to like if you don't feel like you can see yourself with that person day one, like I don't know if it's not the right person. That's what I think. Because I've been in some like I like a lot about this person, but there's some little things, but those some little things like regardless is just gonna be there forever. Like you gotta be 99.9% sure like everything that's going on with this person. So I think there's a such thing as love at first sight, like, but not like, all right, this is the person I'm gonna be with. But like from day one, like I can see myself being with this person forever. Now we'll see how it goes, but from day one, I think you kind of had that feeling.
So you heard it here first. There's no getting past.
There's no getting past it.
Once you get the ink, it's over.
It is over.
No getting past it.
Well, listen, we appreciate that advice because we are still waiting to be found. Okay. Still waiting.
I'm chilling. Speak for yourself.
No, I'm chilling too, but I'm saying we still haven't been found. That I'm maybe waiting is the wrong term, but we need the advice.
I've been found. I've been found. I'm trying to get unfound.
That's what I'm trying to do. Well, that's another pod, Ashley.
That's a whole different topic.
That's a whole other pod. Well, listen, we've had some amazing conversation today, but before you go, we like to do a little rapid fire, if you don't mind. So we're going to just give you some questions and just rapidly answer them, please. They're going to be good. No pressure. What's your favorite season? Spring, summer, winter, or fall?
Fall.
So you like all the scarves and just being
I like sweatshirts. Like, I like pants.
Beach, lake, or mountains?
Beach.
Favorite female athlete?
Ooh.
I can say myself, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay, great. Myself.
I was waiting for that. I was like, she must say herself. I already know. Of course. But I'm not mad at it. Favorite male athlete?
Each other.
See? I like it.
I do too. Favorite sport that isn't basketball?
Soccer.
Favorite music artist?
That's such a hard question. I really truly don't have a favorite.
Who are you listening to right now? Like, who's in your rotation right now?
It literally changes every day. Like, I can go gospel one time in the car. I can do Lil Baby, Drake, SZA, Giveon. I can go African music, like Adele sometimes randomly if I'm feeling it. Like, it changes.
Okay, so you said Drake. Are you team Kendrick or Drake?
I mean, team Drake. Like, I love Kendrick too. If I have to choose, it's team Drake because I listen to him more. But at the end of the day, I really don't care what they got going on.
You're on the couch chilling, so exactly. You are not worried about it. And I'm not mad at that either. I think that's a word for life, but
right.
What about, I know you said you don't have a favorite artist, but is there a go-to pump-up song that you know every time you put it on, you're about to get hyped?
Holly, I can't even think of one. A couple Lil Baby songs. I'd say probably Freestyle.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's definitely a good one. What is the thing that you turn to most in your closet?
White forces. All white forces.
That's a good choice too.
Classic. But it's like
Listen.
you keep them in rotation because I feel like
What?
after
I
a
got
couple
5 new
wears,
pairs coming like
yeah.
tomorrow.
People think I'm
I
crazy.
I keep 6 at a time.
That's
I
what I'm
got 6 'cause
saying.
they get dirty.
I have
So
3
how-
in my closet at a time because once you wear them a few times, they just don't look the same.
Don't
Just,
look the
it's
same.
not
Don't hit the
You
same.
can't
You
clean
look like
them.
one of them girls at Coachella.
Well, how many wears do you have per like sneaker, like
It
pair of
depends.
sneakers?
I wear my shoes. Like, I don't really care what type of shoes they are, but I just like when they get too dirty, that's when I'm
Let me
like, all
know.
right. But if there's shoes that I know I can't get more of, I'm cautious of when I wear them. But if it's a shoe where I know I can get some more, I'm gonna wear them until I can't no more.
Yeah, but forces, Alicia, like you,
No, I
It's
get
like
it.
$90. You gotta get you a couple
Yeah, you
pairs,
just
run them
can't. You can't.
through.
The toothbrush doesn't work. The weight, it's just not the
I don't
same.
have the time to get the dirt out either. Like, it's like
Yeah.
they done, they done.
Emergency pairs on deck. I get it. I understand. What's your favorite fashion brand?
Nike.
3 things you would want to have with you on a deserted island.
My phone. Like I have service.
You're a deserted island. I don't think you have an outlet.
Okay, so maybe
Well-
not my phone.
Yeah, I was.
I'll say good food and drink, my dog, and my fiance. We'll just have to thug it out and just live our lives secluded.
Makes
I
sense.
love that. What kind of dog do you have? Just out of curiosity.
Golden doodle.
Me
Yeah,
too.
he's so cute. He's so cute.
Me too. I love.
Oh,
my
what's his
golden
name?
Kobe.
Oh my gosh. Did you hear the name, Ashley?
Let's go. You said
I
Kobe?
know. Yeah.
Kobe.
So I had a yellow lab before I had my golden doodle. My golden doodle's name is Cooper. He's 2, but my yellow lab was named Kobe as well.
Oh, really? That's
Mhm.
cute.
Yeah, I love that.
I know. I just
Alicia, get a dog.
I
So-
know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I know. I'm so nervous about the travel part and having the dog just because I want to make sure, the dog is
Right.
cool and I've been traveling a lot lately. So, but I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'll figure it out. And then the last question would be something that you can't live without. Just one thing.
My phone. Sadly. My phone.
Or 2024. We kind of all
No,
did it.
seriously, like it is what it is.
Yeah. I like my remote for my TV is on my phone. So like
Oh,
it's just
see, you're too
it's
far
not
gone.
that. Like can't even watch TV without my phone. It's sick. Yeah, it's bad. Welcome to 2024, guys.
Right.
Well, Arike, thank you so much for being with us today. We're so excited, obviously to see WNBA seasons to come, but also the Unrivaled League. We'll definitely be
Yes.
watching
Yeah.
you and all the ladies ball out because that's about to be amazing. So,
Yeah.
Pull up,
This will be
Alicia.
great.
oh, I'm definitely coming to Miami. Do you have a spare bedroom that I can stay
Of
in?
course. Welcome
Okay.
to Miami.
I'll be there.